You're listening to episode number 27 of Overprescribed. Welcome to Overprescribed, the show that raises America's awareness on pharmaceutical medications in this country, all in an effort to help you, the everyday consumer, to live the safest, healthiest, and most informed medication experience possible. Have you ever wanted to go green? Would you love to support a family in need? Now, what if I told you you could do both by buying a pair of Superfly kicks? That's right, Vita Shoes is a startup brand dedicated to improving the world around them while offering affordable, dope sneakers made mostly from recycled and organic material. And the Overprescribed podcast is proud to partner with them this month because throughout the month of October, Vita Shoes is running a campaign to support the creation of a housing center where cancer patients and their families can stay for free. And if you head over to vitashoesco.com, buy a pair of kicks today or anytime this month, enter the discount code PRESCRIBED, PRESCRIBED, at checkout for 10% off your purchase. Well, for every pair sold, $10 will go towards their $1,000 donation goal that they're trying to reach this month. If sneakers aren't your thing, well, purchase a Vita shirt and they'll donate $5 from each of those purchases. Either way, it's October and Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I hope you can find it in your heart to support this amazing cause and especially a brand like Vita Shoes. So head on over to vitashoesco.com and enter the discount code PRESCRIBED at checkout for 10% off. I personally own a pair of these shoes and I love them because they're lightweight, comfortable, and I always get compliments. So head on over to check them out. Again, vitashoesco.com, link in the show notes. Hi, I'm your host, Mika Pollack, and with the flu season now in full swing, thousands of people around the country are making the decision on whether or not to get a flu vaccination. Given last season being labeled as one of the most deadliest flu seasons, I believe there was an estimated 80,000 flu-related deaths, with over 100 of those deaths occurring in children. Many are urging people all over the country to take precaution by making sure they are vaccinated. But while some believe the vaccination is the best bet, there are some that don't believe it is, because the flu vaccination is not guaranteed to prevent a person from getting the flu. Truth be told, separating fact from fiction when it comes to the flu vaccination can be difficult. There are a number of facts, though, that are out there in many resources, reputable resources at that on the World Wide Web. For example, one fact is that, it's impossible to predict how many people would get sick each year. That's true. The strain, the flu virus strain that causes the flu changes often year after year. And the vaccination, in effect, also changes when it comes to its effectiveness. So meanwhile, there are so many other factors related to individual flu-related deaths that it really does become very hard to predict the rate of flu prevalence and death year after year. Other facts that are floating out there right now include the flu mist. So you may recall that the flu mist was taken off the market basically due to issues related to it, whether or not it was working properly, its effectiveness. But that's passed because apparently improvements have been made and the flu nasal spray is now back on the market as an option. Another fact that is floating out there in relation to the flu vaccination includes this statement here, which is the flu shots can cause you to feel sick after getting the flu, but this is an expected side effect for some that may experience this after getting a flu shot. According to an article written by Time, quote, flu vaccines are made with inactivated or weakened versions of the influenza virus. So they help the body produce illness-fighting antibodies, but do not cause infection. You won't get a full-blown bout after getting vaccinated, but you may experience mild versions of symptoms associated with the flu as your body builds its immune response. Flu shot side effects can include pain or redness in the arm where you get the shot, body aches, and a low-grade fever, the CDC says. If you get the nasal spray, you may experience a runny nose, headache, sore throat, or cough, end quote. Other facts that some of us have heard over the years and even this year include you may not want to get the flu shot if you have an egg allergy. And how about the things related to flu vaccinations that aren't as much talked about? Ask just about any healthcare professional if you should get a flu shot, and chances are they will lean more towards a yes than a no. It's pretty much standard of care recommendation to get a flu shot. And as we approach the flu season, or as we're in the flu season, there are tons of ads and posters all over pharmacies, hospitals, clinics to do just that. Get your flu shot. However, the flu shot is not considered to be 100% effective. As a matter of fact, there doesn't appear to be any recorded statistic earlier than 2004, according to one particular analysis, that supports a flu season where the flu vaccination was greater than 60% effective in any 1 year for those who received a flu shot. And I've seen effectiveness estimates so far for this season hovering between a predicted effectiveness of 20 to 30%. For this season, which is poised to be battling the dominant strain of the flu, which is being referenced as H3N2. While most of this lower effectiveness rate of the flu vaccine, when compared to other childhood vaccinations, like the vaccines for measles, for example, can be attributed to the constant uncontrolled change of the flu virus itself, it still leaves folks wary about when a flu shot would be personally advantageous. In the background of the flu vaccination world, these vaccines are largely made by and large by a handful of pharmaceutical companies. And there have been comments made about just how much these companies are actually investing in the flu vaccines to come up with the most effective product year after year. So some could say that we have the effectiveness rate that we have, and that's that. Until someone or some group is prepared to pump out as much as even $1 billion to generate a more effective vaccine that would take possibly years to recoup the research and development costs on, which most pharma companies or most pharma business models are not built to consider that as an attractive strategy, even if it does score huge public health and social good scores. According to an article from earlier this year on Wired.com, a nonprofit public partnership by the name of CARB-X may be the answer the world needs. On the CARB-X website, they self-describe as being dedicated to accelerating anti-bacterial research to tackle the global rising threat of drug-resistant bacteria. Already, they have more than $500 million invested in their early development portfolio, which comprises a, quote, pipeline of new antibiotics, vaccines, rapid diagnostics, and other products to prevent and treat life-threatening bacterial infections, end quote. Which sounds great, particularly for the benefit of global public health. But with strong funders, alliance partners, and other partners, as well as what they are calling accelerator partner relationships, CARB-X is not solely focused on contributing to improve flu vaccines, considering they are working on over 30 projects in 7 countries per their annual report. So where does that leave us for now? Well, it sounds like we have no choice but to wait out this year's flu vaccine or flu season. And we have the biggest choice of all, which is to decide whether or not to get a flu vaccination. Millions have made the decision to do so every year for a number of years. And for some vulnerable populations, for example, the answer is really easy because it's highly recommended that those populations receive a flu vaccination. However, for others, it is not so easy. So what will you do this year to protect you and your family from the flu? The flu vaccine exists, but the choice is really yours to make. Thanks for listening to another episode of Overprescribed. To contact us offline or through email, you can email us at talk@overprescribedpodcast.com. Again, that's talk@overprescribedpodcast.com. You can also reach out to us on social media, particularly Twitter, at _overprescribed. Again, that's at _overprescribed. And last but not least, if you have not already purchased your pair of Vita shoes with a 10% discount for each time you use the code prescribed at checkout, please, again, head over to their website to do so. That's vitashoesco.com. And again, it's for a really good cause, as they will be donating a portion of the sale of each pair of shoes to free lodging for cancer patients. And this is only a particular offer that's being conducted for the month of October. So again, head over to vitashoesco.com. Thanks for listening.